doing?
Actor Stefanie Powers has had an illustrious career on stage and on screen, but it was her role opposite Robert Wagner in the sleuth series Heart to Heart that made her a household name.
Well, now Stefanie writes about her life in her new book called One from the Heart. What a beautiful picture, too, on the book.
Thank you.
And what a beautiful life.
Yes.
Well, it's been an adventure. That's for sure.
Quite an adventure, yes. Literally peaks.
Peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
Well, lots of peaks and valleys.
Well, you
but
talk
I mean, the whole idea of even doing a book was never anything that I entertained. I never really wanted to do it. I was too busy living life and thinking, as we all do, about the next thing and not going back over the past because it's usually pointless and
Can't change it.
Can't change it, and sometimes it's painful. So we like to turn the page and go on.
But something happened in your life.
Well, a couple of things happened in my life. I got cancer. I was recovering from cancer surgery, and my mother, actually my mom died before I had my surgery, and as a result of our great relationship and that sort of
What a beautiful lady
she was a pistol, I tell you.
She was like
when she was almost 80 years old, I took her on a trip to India, and on the way home, she disappeared. Some friends were giving us a dinner party, and she sort of disappeared and said, "I'll be back," and she went away with some ladies, and she came back a couple of hours later with a diamond in her nose.
Doesn't everybody?
And I said, of course, when I opened the door and I saw to my room, and she had knocked on the door, and I opened the door to my room, there she was standing there ashen. And I said, of course, the only thing that a girl could say to her mother under those circumstances, I said, "What possessed you to do that?"
Are you a lot like your mom?
The reversal was absolutely complete.
Are you a lot like her?
I guess probably yes. I guess so.
But you talk about how she was the stabilizing force in your life, but also she taught you how to have fun, and she set you out on a life of dance. And
She did. There were no stop signs. I think I was raised with no stop signs, and but I was also raised with all of that practical stuff, which was about, if this doesn't work out, you ought to have something to back it up, and that life was more than just standing in front of a camera. And because I had a lot of curiosities about life and the world, I pursued those, and I didn't realize until I was reliving an awful lot of that by looking at her diaries, just how much of the world that I experienced that we can't, some of the places you can't even go back to because it's worth your life to go there. Some of the people that I had the privilege of meeting.
Oh, the names throughout this book are incredible.
They are astonishing, yeah.
But the people that they just don't make anymore. The cloth has been, you know, they've lost the recipe for making that cloth.
What do you hope people take away from your book, Stefanie?
I think that we are living life so quickly that we forget what it was like only yesterday. And I mean only yesterday. I mean 10 years ago, before Twitter, Schmitter, Facebook, you know, life was so different. We did take time, I think, to communicate with each other more.
Today is people turn off technology day. A lot of people are trying that today to benefit autism, but
you hear it
totally
more
agree
and
with
more.
you.
You hear people more and more saying, "I just can't bear it anymore. I really want to speak to somebody. I don't want to just look at this thing." You know,
You're right.
And everybody should just grab your book and now that they've finished HOTUS, and cozy up and read it. Turn everything off because it's really quite a read. We're so nice. It's very just sweet to see you.
Well,
Last time she was with me, a horse bit my hand off. Yes.
Well, almost. Yes.
Well, we wish you
That's another story. That's for the next book.
Right.
We wish you a happy birthday on your book launch day, which is tomorrow. So good luck with everything.
Birthday.
Good luck with the book.
Birthday present.
Up next, actor Zach Galifianakis' appearance on Bill Maher Goes to Pot, literally. That and more in today's Buzz. Oh, that Charlie Sheen. Oh, yeah. All next.